Hello everyone, it's DC here, and today we're going over part 2 of the changes in 2020 to the Cisco Learning Program.
Raise the alarm!
Okay, so today we're covering the expert and architect side of things on the Cisco Learning Program. I'll put a link to the Cisco Learning Program's new changes as well in the description below. These certifications obviously come after the previous video, which I'll link on the side here somewhere. You can click on that if you like and view the part 1 of this series. So getting straight in, let's get to certification number 1 of the expert series, which is the CCDE. So the CCDE is the Cisco Certified Deployment Expert, and it is targeted at obviously expert level. So you will want to have had probably a CCNP to be able to apply for this, or any of actually the expert level certifications. It's all about leading networking teams and then eventually getting into architecture, which I'll talk about at the end of this video. The description from the website is: the CCDE is for expert level network design engineers, network leads of IT infrastructure teams, and network leads of architecture teams working in job roles that require them to translate business needs, budget, and operational constraints into the design of a converged solution. So pretty much what I just said, it's targeting the experts who want to get into architecture instead of going like full technical and actually doing the configuration themselves. There are 2 exams in this certification, which is the written exam and the practical exam. There are no prerequisites required, but as I just said, you probably want to have a CCNP just so that you can sort of be able to pass this easily enough. You could go straight into it if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it. The next certificate is the CCIE Enterprise Infrastructure, which targets anyone who wants to sort of build infrastructure from networking and take that sort of route into the professional world of Cisco. The 2020 version for all of these expert certifications comes with the programmability and automation bits included in, that's new in 2020. That wasn't in any of the previous certifications. There are no prerequisites for this, but you probably want to have completed a CCNP Enterprise before having gotten into any of these certifications coming up. But yeah, the expert CCIE Enterprise Infrastructure is aimed at people who are wanting to build massive virtual networks and sort of be a tech lead in that specific area. The next one is the CCIE Enterprise Wireless certification, which is very similar to infrastructure, except that it focuses more on wireless infrastructure rather than just networking infrastructure in general. It's a pretty good one to have, I think, and there's quite a bit of new stuff in this from what I could see, where wireless is changing, wireless security is changing, and there's a whole bunch of new stuff coming out, as well as like 5G type stuff, which I'll talk about in another video because there's a lot to cover with that. But having the CCIE Enterprise Wireless certification would be an amazing attribute to whichever company you're working for, if they want to push ahead with Cisco technologies or any sort of wireless technologies, to be honest. It is just the one exam, but you do need to pass a qualifying exam to be able to do the actual certification itself. But there are no other prerequisites for this certification. The CCIE Collaboration, Data Center, Security, and Service Provider certifications are the next cabs off the rank. And they all sort of lead on from their CCNP counterparts, which you would hopefully have completed before going into CCIE level. They are aimed at network engineers who want to become as a tech lead in that specific area. So basically the idea behind these certifications is you've done the CCNP, you are definitely a professional, but now you want to get into a specialty of network engineering. So which way do you want to choose? You want to go security, data center, service provider, whichever it is. This is where CCIE comes into play. All of these certifications require a qualifying exam to make sure that you basically know your shit before you get into it. Yeah, then there's a coursework as well as the final certification, but it's just one exam. And that's it for the CCIE or expert level. So next up is architect. Now architect, this is going to be a nice, quick, easy one because there is only one certification for architects, which is the CCAR or the Cisco Certified Architect. This is for senior infrastructure engineers, and the prerequisites for this is that you have to pass a qualifying exam. You also have to have done the CCDE and have a current version of that non-expiring. And then once you've done those two things, then you can do the final certification, and then you're a CCAR. As the name sort of gives away, a CCAR or an architect is someone who's going to be designing networks with very detailed specifications on what happens and how it happens, and you need to give that overall the very broad high level detail as well as the really nitty-gritty detail for the engineers to work on. So yeah, if you are looking to become a CCAR, you really need to know what you're doing, because if you stuff up somewhere along the line, the engineer's either going to get it wrong, and then the blame is eventually going to come back to you if your configuration notes were incorrect. Actually, CCARs have access to the Cisco Labs system, where you can build like a virtual environment of everything and do all the pre-configuration, and then either save those configs down and push them across to physical devices, or you can just sort of play around with it there and make sure everything's actually going to work. So that wraps up part 2 of my 2020 changes to the Cisco Learning Program. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. And always subscribe, of course. I love to see new people subscribing to me basically talking about stuff I'm really interested in all day, which is great. And if you want to have a chat directly with me, jump on Discord. I've got a channel in there. The link is in the description. And just have a chat, see what we're all about in there. It's full of students, and there's a couple of professionals, I think. So it's a very friendly environment. So come and have a chat with us, and I'll see you there, guys. Catch you later. Bye.